People are on the street and these rooms are empty and people
right.
living
So
in here.
we had a music lesson going upstairs.
It's really outrageous, isn't it? That these there are 32,000 empty.
And there's 15,000 homeless people.
Hi, Pirate Mike.
Hi, Carol. Why would a 10-year-old, or I'm guessing you're like 10 to 12 years old, 10 years old, be so much more enlightened than the average adult in San Francisco? And why this little kid is concerned about housing when the people who run this city have no concern whatsoever about it.
So this is the beauty of this young man. He has testified in front of the Board of Supervisors. He's on fire. Once.
Cool.
But once.
Who are your parents?
James, he's out there.
Alright.
So
he's a social worker. And my mom does legal research, so.
how come you're like this?
A 10-year-old.
A 10-year-old. Do you know why? Can you explain that?
I just want to like have everybody fair and equal housing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like if there's 15,000 homeless people out there and there's 32,000 empty houses in San Francisco, why don't they just put them in there? It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any guesses about why that is?
They don't want to. Maybe they don't want to.
Take some
Share?
thinking, huh?
They don't want to share?
No, but
We wonder about that too.
it might cost money to get them into the houses.
Even a child can see that in San Francisco, where we have an extreme polarity between housing and people who need housing, it's evident to a 10-year-old. You know what I mean? So, I don't know how it happened was because people got greedy and we have to deal with human nature, and these people who are running the show feel that they're in control of it and everybody has to do what we say. If you don't, you're gonna lose your job. You're gonna lose your house. You might lose your car, dude. Like you, my little friend. You buy a car, you spend your whole life going, I want to be an adult. When I'm 18, man, I'll be an adult. I can have a car, a house, I'll have a wife, maybe I'll have a kid of my own, blah, 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 blah. And you see that this is a falsehood, dude. That this is not real. That this is a construct, that you are sold, that you are pitched. And when we have young men like this, who are hip to the programming, God, that gives me more hope than any adult tearing down a fence or building a garden or changing a law. The main thing is these little kids that recognize all is not well, you know? And when I was like 12 years old, I wasn't even 10, dude. I was an idiot until I was like 25, 26 years old. So you've got to jump on the game. That's because your parents have educated you to the ways of the world, not how it operates, not how you need to fit in or whatever.
How you have to be.
All you have is your heart and your mind. Okay, now the system wants you to think, no, you have your muscles and you have your time. So you have labor potential, you have physical potential, and we will rent your physicality for time and money so that you can get a house and you can collect DVDs and be hip with the Kardashians. You know? Thank God little kids are getting hip to this right now. And that it's, you know what scares me? The 50-year-old, the 45, the adults scare me. I want the little kids and the women to rule the world. I'll be okay with that. But when the man and the identity of success starts to rule the world, that's when I have a problem. When you're not taught how to think, but what to think.
Both of them. They just teach you what to think and how to think it.
Mm-hmm. What to think and how to think it. That's cool.
And how to think it. I feel the same as Pirate Mike. How old are you?
10 years old.
10.
I'm going to be 11 on August 8th.
Can you give your name again?
I'm Day Chinosini.
I know Day's parents, and Day's parents have... You were talking about that, how your parents, when your parents have a certain mindset, and they train you, and they teach you to care. Were you talking about that? Do you think that's true?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a younger sister, too. And does she feel like you do? Is she a compassionate human being like you are? Yet? I know she's really young, isn't she?
She can be nice sometimes, except...
Well, now we're talking sibling right.
She is really smart. I'm telling you.
I can't wait to meet her. I believe she's the wave of the future.
Her dad calls, her name is Helen.
Helen of Toy.
Say that
Helen of
Toy. Classic.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. So you were going to interview Pirate Mike. Did you get a chance to ask your questions?
Not yet.
Okay, so go ahead.
So, like, why did you come to Mayday March? Like, what made you come? Like, how did you decide?
That is a huge question. The reason why we come to Mayday March is, one, to educate the people of the United States as to the significance of May Day, which is to take a day off from work. Take a day off from work. Not a Hallmark holiday, not Christmas, not Easter, not Mother's Day, but May Day, Labor Day. The second thing...
The holidays that people don't really celebrate as much as
exactly
the popular ones.
Right, because what are you going to sell on May Day? You can't sell cards, you can't sell candy, you can't sell toys. You can have fun. Now, the having fun element has to do with the true origination of May Day, which is the rites of spring. It's the first day officially of spring. We celebrate our harvest. We celebrate our abundance. We celebrate our solidarity.
Getting all the bad things off of you.
Pretty much just clearing the tablet. You know, erase the chalkboard. It's May Day, dude. I mean, it's like awesome. You don't have to work. You don't have to go to school. All you need to do is hang out with your friends and family. And you know what upsets me the most, you guys, is that despite all that, they still have to go to work. They have to go to school. They have to do this or that. And the thing about May Day is liberation. Spring is about liberation. So the reason why I came out here was that last month on April Fool's Day, we took this building over. We already had this, and we're gonna keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it until they give it to us. Now,
they meaning the Catholic Church?
They meaning the establishment. Right. Not particularly the Archdiocese of San Francisco or the Catholic Church itself, but the establishment.
So, what does May Day mean to you?
May Day is about the liberation of humanity. The ultimate goal in my revolution, as I see it, is the abolition of poverty.
World to educate the world of...
Basically, to educate the world, to let them know they do not have to work
or do anything
or anything other than love their little children. You know?
And get out and have fun.
A barbecue. And you know what we used to do? We used to run around naked in the cities dancing around the maypole.
The maypole.